Mohamed.
Hey, Theo.
So do you think a criminal can ever repay their debt to society?
That's a good question, my very good friend.
Oh boy, sure is a great day today.
I think that
You're in the
in
library.
the society that we live
Justin
in,
Bieber.
these days,
Justin Bieber is
people
amazing.
think that a criminal is a criminal no matter what he does. I mean, it all depends on some things like
Stay back again.
there's a thief and a murderer. A thief can repay the debt by spending time in jail and paying the family that he victimized whatever they need. But a murderer, you can't bring that person back unless they were an almighty
Unless
deity.
Harry Styles
And
is in
so
Denver, Colorado.
I really think that
Stop.
when a criminal commits the crime, in the eyes of society, he's still seen as a man, a bad man, a criminal. Thank you very much.
Okay, so are you saying that it depends on what you're doing? Because sometimes
That Harry Styles is the
a person
greatest
gets
guy ever.
robbed, they get some sense of insecurity and
Who's Harry
keep
Styles?
that insecurity forever. So are you saying that they can repay the debt after going to jail?
I think that since people do have those insecurities, I mean, like, people can,
Harry Styles is the greatest.
you can
one ever.
earn that trust back by doing things, because
Justin
no
Bieber's
one
the
in their
best.
heart has that much hate for a certain person, because only time heals.
Hey Mohammed.
Do you think that a criminal can ever truly repay his debt to society?
I don't think a criminal can ever repay their debt to society.
Why, Theo?
Well, because a criminal's actions are never justified. For instance, when a criminal decides to rob a place, there's always an alternative to that. You can get a job, work, and do something else. But when you decide to take that money from someone else, you basically give them a sense of insecurity. And to everyone who witnessed that, they're going to feel insecure around you and consider you a criminal for the rest of your life. So my point basically is, no matter what a criminal do, they cannot repay their debt to society. So Louis, do you think a criminal can repay their debt to society?
I think in all cases a criminal can repay his debt to society, even murder. Here's the reason why. In murder, if you get executed, won't that be a deterrent from others committing the same crime? Or rape, for instance, if you have a harsh sentence, don't you basically become a deterrent from others committing the same crime? So that's what I believe. I believe that no matter how harsh the crime is, you can always pay it back to society.
What if instead of death sentence, they give them life in prison?
Well, then I don't think it's a fair repayment. So I think it has to be the right payment. It has to be, a situation where if it's a crime that can't be physically paid back, it has to be paid back in a deterrent way, because it'll stop others from committing the same crime.
So a criminal can repay their debt to society?
So a criminal can pay his debt in any situation.
Okay.
Ever truly repay his debt to society?
I think it's on a case-by-case basis. I mean, I think if you steal a laptop or something, you can definitely fulfill your debt to society. I think if you take a life or something like that, or, steal child innocence, something like that, I don't necessarily think that you can fulfill your debt to society because you took something that could never be replaced.
Can a criminal pay his debt to society?
I think so. Yes, I believe so. It depends, but not all criminals will be able to pay their debt. But the kind of debt a criminal will pay, it depends on the magnitude of the case. If he is released after a certain period, rehabilitated, he go to certain programs, and he's accepting society, he's working, paying taxes, doing good to other people, then yes, he's repaying that. But others, due to the magnitude of the case, they can't come out, they don't have the chance to repay. So that's the point.
Okay, so when it's murder, you cannot. If you kill someone, you cannot repay.
But certain, if you murder, yes, you cannot. But like manslaughter, you will come out. So you have this chance. But it depends on the gravity of the of the case and the punishment.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. So do you think a criminal can ever truly repay their debt to society?
All right. In my opinion, it depends what you define that, what we call a debt, and also who a criminal is. In the first place, in my understanding, as somebody said, nobody was born a criminal, but rather society makes them so. So in the first place, if we go by that anomaly, that a criminal is made by society, in the first place, society is indebted to that criminal for making them who they are. So should in case they incur any debt, as you call a debt, like maybe they kill somebody, they steal from somebody, they take away what belongs to somebody and it cannot be replaced, one, it's rather sad and unfortunate. For that one, no two ways about it. It's unfortunate that it happens that way. I'm not condoning and conniving with criminals. But one, as we say, society makes criminals who they are. Therefore, that debt was not incurred by the criminal himself or herself, but rather society created that criminal, society incurred that debt, and society owes that debt. So, truly speaking, as I said, I don't condone and connive with criminality, but what I think is, in the first place, they don't owe anything. One, somebody does something stupid, goes and kills somebody. You put him behind bars for life before they face the electric chair. By killing that person does not resolve the issue. In the first place, how do people become criminals? Apart from the fact that some people are predisposed genetically to behave the way they do, the majority of them do behave the way they do because of how society have made them. Example, assuming we have child A and we have child B, they are all subject to the same treatment according to the laws of the United States. But it's the case that child A has all the opportunity to go to school, gets all the benefits, get all the nutrition supplement, and also support what they have, the books, and they have the motivation to go to school. They will more likely to be able to come back into society as good and contributing personality in society. On the other hand, child B, due to a fault not to his or her own, cannot access any education, cannot access any food and nutrition, cannot access basic skills or whatever is needed in life. The person is forced to find a place that they can call home. The only way they can do is to join gangs and then eventually find themselves in trouble. In so doing, they think they are doing what is normal to them according to the environment in which they expose themselves or they are subjected to. So the consequences thereof, you have to blame the government. So as I'm saying, you can ask any questions you want. Criminals are criminals because society made them criminals.
So are you saying that the influence of society makes criminals who they are?
More or less, yes, because society is very discriminatory. And society does this because of the policies that governs people, the policies of the government. That is why they brought this affirmative action. I hope you know about that. That really dealt with a lot of stuff and it's actually helping. Because in some cases, by virtue of the fact that somebody's father or mother is a top politician, can gain access to the higher school, and then somebody who doesn't have anybody influential cannot go to school or be in the poorest school, and they are performing poorly, and there's nobody to actually help or to intervene, then they will go off the rail, and then eventually when they came back as a debt to society, everybody pays for that. So as I said, criminals are made criminals because society made them so. So if society made them so, then society created that debt, and that debt actually is owned by society. So contrast, I don't think society can put that blame on the criminals. Society created a debt, society should pay for that debt. So criminals, to the best of my knowledge, they don't owe society anything. I don't condone and connive, as I said, but the fact is that once that situation is ratified, then I think we'll have more contributing people, and they will contribute positively to society and in the economy. So I don't believe criminals are criminals because they want to be criminals.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I believe that he repaid his debt to society because he spent the time in jail people of the society.
I believe Perry paid his debt to society because all that time he spent in prison helped him think about his actions, and as he also said, he basically said it reminded him every single day of the things he missed. So he paid his debt to society because he was